Some people will always deny, no matter what is it, that they will never admit to whatever they have done. That is why Allah gives us the story of what would happen in the day of Qiyamah. There will come a day that Allah would say to his servant that you've committed this, and that. And that servant of his, he's going to deny that very thing. Imagine you denying your Lord. Imagine you denying the one that created you. Imagine you denying the one that has consciousness of you more than you yourself have. And then Allah will mirror everything to you and ask your organs, ask your body part to start speaking, to testify of what you've done. So this is in conformity with something, and this even happened with me yesterday. I took a KK from my area to my parents' area. It's around 100 naira. The place is not far. So I sat beside a man that happens to be an elderly person. You know, when you meet an elderly person in a public transport, you get to have that peace of mind. Say, yeah, this is like a father figure. Then I met him after we started going on the bike. Another person stopped the bike. She climbed. She has 2 children. She's backing one and one she's holding. So the one she backed was just throwing tantrum. I don't know what happened. Is it that it is feeling like suffocated or what? She asked me to please uncover the child. So I uncovered. She was still throwing tantrum. My attention was just on her. And I was trying to calm her down. I was suggesting, should we bring her hands out? She said no, she doesn't want her hands to be out. I said, okay, let her come from the back. Let her just hold her instead of whacking her. She said no. The child said no, she doesn't want that. She asked the child, do you want us to like cover you again? She said yes. That was when she shut up. So I normally have a bag. When I carry a bag, I have cross bag. So I cross it like this and I stayed. My bag was near that elderly person. When I stopped, then I picked some money to pay the bike person. As I turned, I just noticed the zip of my bag is unzipped. I checked. I saw my phone's intact. I was like, oh, okay. I suddenly remember I do have a leather that I put stack of money in it. Is gone, is missing. So I was like, oh my God. I stopped another bike. I asked him to check the one that is in front because the person that climbed last said that she's going to stop in a few miles. So I asked him to please help me and stop there. So when I reached him, the woman has already come down and she has left. She's about to leave. So I stopped him. I asked the man to just give me my money. He said, no, he has not collected anything. He has not taken anything. I was like, what? Because I didn't have any contact with anybody but him. And I noticed that his hands was so near to my bag when I was about to alight the KK person. And he kept denying, had to call my brothers, want to let you know how we have to file reports and all of that. And the man was still in argument. If you look at the man, is an elderly person, but it does not feature in the maturity and the calmness of an elder person. Imagine an elderly person, the way he dressed. He's a hunter, and he's kind of, what do we call these people? Maruga people. And I was in shock. How can somebody that is an elderly, all to be my own father, do this? How can that happen? It was just something out of place. The worst thing a human can do is if you commit a crime and you refuse to admit to that crime. Is the worst thing you can do for yourself. Things have happened, yes, but you committed already. Things do happen, you commit crime, admit to that crime you've committed. I think this is easier for you than trying to prove any other way that you've not. It's how many lies would you commit? How many lies will you utter to cover up a criminal act? For goodness sake. May Allah save us from our unrotten souls. I mean.